Hey folks, the new Dying Light 2 update has arrived and I have a lot to say, both good and bad. So first of all, the Tower Raid is back with a new Halloween event theme and they made it so much harder. In the Tower Raid's beta, you could solo your way to the top, but now it's going to take a little more thought. Instead of being able to run through with whatever was in your inventory, you have to pick one of the 4 Halloween themed classes, which comes with its own loadout. This right here is what made this update controversial, as realistically speaking, now there is one less thing to use all the gear and bundles you grinded or paid for. First, it was DLC 2 becoming the beast, and now Tower Raid is restricting your items. And while this in many ways is for the best in my opinion, as the raids were too easy before, I think this does a lot of harm to the community as it hurts their willingness to commit. Not a great example, but it's like when a Call of Duty game releases every single year. You're expected to ditch the old game and jump into the new one, and I think some people are starting to feel that here since they spent years earning these weapons they can't even use for anything new. Now, with that said, I genuinely really liked what I played this time around. I'm actually surprised myself. The addition of the new perk system makes it play like an actual roguelite for once. You jump in, grind your way to the top, and slowly add on more abilities with each run. And the rewards are pretty decent too. Nothing to go crazy over, but you can get the Van Aiden outfit, which is a throwback to the OG Dying Light 1, as well as some new weapons and items that fit the Halloween spirit. From what I tested though, the new pumpkin grenade and toy pistol just didn't really do much for me. I kinda just wish they would add a nuke already, you know? I'm somewhat joking, but it'd be nice if they give the player something crazy to mess around with. Now let's talk about the best thing in the update in my opinion, and that's the new levels. Alright, stay with me here. So to clear the air and what levels you get per run, it's divided into 4 different floor themes, that there being 3 floors for each theme, making it 12 different floor variations total that you can see. It is however worth keeping in mind the open beta had 15 floors, so they outright replaced some or just removed them. And while this is reflected in how many repeated floors you get through the event, I actually did really like almost all of them. In each subsequent run, you get to see 8 floors before the rooftop, giving you 2 floors from each theme every time you play. Overall, in terms of map design, there were a few big surprises, like the outside level. That was a nice change of scenery.
Bro,
wait, an actual
wow!
outside area?
Wow!
Oh wait,
We
have to run around along the outside. Let's go! The new floors for the update are themed around a hotel, which I'd say is easily one of the best looking locations in the entire game. Gameplay wise, they are familiar, but the atmosphere here is just really well done. You can expect to see a ton of Halloween additions and a surprising amount of environmental storytelling and details that really made it worth stopping for a moment to actually appreciate how these locations look and feel. Although, because of how blinding the flashlight and fire can be sometimes, it did just pull me right out of the immersion more than I would have liked. But when it worked, I thought it was great. The new Halloween boss zombie reskins, you could say, look really damn cool, I will admit. And the arenas themselves were open enough to the point where even though the game would throw hundreds of virals at you, you aren't going insane. At least for me, maybe you did. Until I would then die and these suckers wouldn't stop stalking my body, seriously. Every time I died, they would just stand right next to me. One thing I noticed during these fights is every time you get close, there's sometimes a weird blur the game gives you. Not sure why, but it just kind of got exhausting to look at after a while. And unfortunately though, there are a lot of bugs. Some funny, some frustrating, like my friend disappearing, and others game breaking. Be sure to keep an eye on the waypoints because there were numerous occasions where they were just stuck. We'd get so far ahead and realize the objectives weren't completing, and so all we could do then is just restart.
It didn't count!
No way! Goddamn Techland! It really was an unfortunate setback that ruined what was an otherwise really fun experience. I've playtested the mode, tried out the beta, and this is easily the best version. I will admit, I do see a lot of people stating that this is the worst Dying Light 2 event ever. And that's fascinating to me because this is one of the only events I found myself actually caring for. Like, I just personally had a lot more fun this time around. I don't know how else to explain it.
Open the thing!
No!
Open it!
I have to lockpick it! I have to lockpick it! Oh yeah, let's go! Yeah! Woo! I actually do think the raid is too difficult and it's putting a lot of people off, especially solo players. Techland should probably tweak the excessive viral spawns and give everyone another life. And yes, it's one of the game's biggest challenges, but with a few changes, this mode could be really good. It could. I'm just not sure if this is what the community wants long term because it's gonna take a while to develop this. And with all that said, I can't see myself playing this long term, I'll be honest. I would truthfully rather see Techland focus their efforts on something else, but if this is their big end game activity, well, good luck. That's all I have to say. Share your thoughts about the raid down below and let me know if you found all 12 piece cards. This unlocks a few rewards that I'm sure I'll talk about in a later video, but to give you a tip, there's 1 card per floor, and once you have them all, use them on a door in the starting floor. I will say before we go, due to how many complaints there were about the Tower Raid's difficulty, which there were a lot, I think they should allow players to use their main game weapons in a normal run, and if they want to step it up, they can play the Elite version with specified loadouts and a little more chaos. Anyways though, that's it from me. If you want to, feel free to like the video, subscribe if you enjoyed, and stop by for the next one everyone. Adios.